the legendary entrepreneur, Dr. Captain Krishnan Nair, and the dignitaries on the dais and friends. You know, I stand here on behalf of the DY Patil Group and the University and the Academia of India to felicitate Captain Nair for the honorary doctorate that he has received. You know, an honorary doctorate is given called honoris causa. Honoris causa is for a cause, for a success, for a leadership. It ensembles what is known as an achievement and a recognition for also it's an honor for the university also to have giving it to eminent persons. You know, when I was the Vice Chancellor at DY Patil University about 2 years back, we thought about and we discussed about giving a doctorate to Dr. Krishnan Nair. He had almost accepted it, but Jodhpur University has now beaten to us. So now we have to now. But 2 days back, we just talked to Dr. D.Y. Patil, who is our Emeritus Founder Chancellor, and he still has the mind to ask Dr. Krishnan Nair to accept it. We are not giving it. It is our honor if Dr. Krishnan Nair accepts the honorary doctorate from our university. We had the opportunity to give honorary doctorates when I was Vice Chancellor to one of the astronauts, Charles Duke, who was, Charlie Duke is from Texas, who was the 14th man to walk on the moon and the 12th man alive today. And also Dr. King was one of the eminent cardiologists. You know, I'm a cardiac surgeon primarily, and I've done about 12,000 surgeries. And I trained a lot with Dr. King, who was in Atlanta, and Dr. Cooley in Texas. And both of us, we had invited. Dr. Cooley could not travel, otherwise we would have given him an honorary doctorate. We gave also one to Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, and he received it, and the president of M.S. Swaminathan for the agricultural contribution that he has made to this land, and also to president of Guyana, who traveled all the way. You know, Guyana is a country with 50% Indians still, you know, there, and it's a big, and we have going to have some links with them on education. Also, the Prime Minister of Mauritius we gave. So, in that luminaries, Dr. Nair's, Captain Krishnan Nair's name came up. So, friends, you just think how important a person he is, even in the area of academy as well as academia as well as environment. You know, it is said that if your creed, I think, if you want your world to heed, put your creed before your deed. So there has to be a philosophy and ethos when you do your deed. Dr. Nair has been able to show that in this world of hospitality, in this world of environment, a creed he had. He was the person who was able to build up an empire because of his nature, humble as well as friendly. You know, I met him a couple of times in his office. It is also said that, you know, if you spend a few moments with somebody and you forget yourself, and that person is somebody you cannot forget. And that was a person Dr. Nair was. And that the most magical moments are those when you lose yourself in the presence, in the joy of someone else. And the way he's able to narrate, the way he's able to connect with people was something which has been a mark of success. You know, this room this evening communicates something. Our friend here Prince has been able to organize this meeting with the help of Kashmir to Kerala Foundation and to invite all these people. This room communicates energy. This room today communicates success. This room communicates leadership. It also communicates achievement. And that has come because of the communication that we throw when we recognize people, when we felicitate people. People like Dr. Krishnan Nair has been able to enthrall many thousands of people who have come to the portals of his hotels, which may be 2,500 beds or so. Talking about communication, you know, Dr. Nair just received an award from the Japanese emperor. You know, the Japanese are not very good in English. Japanese Prime Minister was trying to meet President Clinton. So before he went, he was told, you say this, and the president will reply this, and then the interpreters will take over. So when you meet the president, Japanese Prime Minister was told, you must say, how are you? President will say, fine, and you? Then you will say, me too. So 2 sentences, then he can remember that much. And then the Japanese Prime Minister went to White House. The Marine Band and the atmosphere is quite enthralling. He got a little nervous. Instead of asking, "How are you?" he said, "Who are you?" And the world's biggest president, the strongest president, somebody comes to his office and asks him, "Who are you?" So he said, he will play it up a little. He said, "I am Hillary's husband." So the Japanese Prime Minister said, "Me too, me too." So it has to be a proper communication that will take us there. Dr. Nair was also known for his relationships. Relationship is something which we need to develop. Relationship is said, it is sweeter than honey, it is greater than money. It is smoother than silk, whiter than milk. It is higher than any tower, but stronger than any power. The fact that was alluded to by Mr. Radhakrishnan about how he was able to enlist, keep all the talents that is possible for the hospitality industry, I think is mainly because of his relationship, that he was able to forge with every levels of people. The amount of, the type of people, everyone is not the same. Just like both the fingers of your hand, they're all different. But it requires all the fingers to put together for a sculptor to do that art, the object of art that he's going to make. And one finger alone cannot do it. So he recognized the talent, and there are people at various levels who would be there and who would be able to do that. It is important also to know that many times you are disappointed. I'm sure the earlier times struggle, the earlier times of difficulties were all mentioned, and how he has been able to go through. Someone said that, troubles and difficulties are people experience. This is something like that you go through a washing machine. When you go through, hard times are like going through a washing machine. You go through a washing machine, you are twisted, you are turned, and you are squeezed, whatever. But at the end of it, what comes out, you become cleaner, you become brighter, and then you become better than before, isn't it? So all that experiences that Dr. Nair had probably brought him to come out into this area of hospitality and environment brighter, better, as well as cleaner, isn't it? And that is something which he has been able to do, and we are grateful to that for what he has been able to do. Many times criticisms are part of every organization. We all, in the university, in the colleges, in the hospitals, if you do something, somebody always criticizes you. And if you run after that criticism, you get lost. The best thing probably do is that give more amount of time to improve yourselves, that you have no time to criticize others. And Dr. Nair has certainly taken criticism well, and he is able to improve whatever areas that they were alluding to. They are pointers probably, which you can probably able to do that. Many people think that take it easy. They'll say in times of stress, etc. Taking it easy is for people who are the usual people, but making it easy is the concept of brilliant people. Try to make it easy for people who are working with you, people who are coming to your portals, your clients, your people, your service providers, and all that. Try to make it easy for them so that they can continue the relationship with you. That exactly was the keynote of success for Captain Nair. We are grateful for a person like him, because he has shown what success can be in a particular field. I was quite enthralled by the 7 C's of leadership, which one of the Chrysler Corporation chairman, he was one of the largest corporations in the world. He talked about 7 C's of leadership. The 7 C's was, competence, confidence, courage, charisma, and communication, and others. And Dr. Krishnan Nair certainly showed all these C's in his area of work. He was a good communicator, probably. He was able to communicate his needs, his requirements, his orders. I was in his office while just a few minutes at one time, at the age of maybe about 3 years back, at 89 years, he was still thinking about what the flora is going to be, the fauna is going to be, the greenery that that the new hotel is going to have. That much of attention to details was something huge. That was certainly the competence that he had. He had the confidence. You know, you need confidence to meet with people, as was mentioned. Building up a 5-star hotel is not an easy thing. It doesn't happen in 2 days, but to follow up the requirements, the documentations, and persistence was something which he has been able to. He also showed courage, not to lose out when things are difficult. Many hotels don't do very well all the time. There are times when there are difficulties, and to keep up and to go ahead with that courage that he has done. And also a person of charisma. I'm not talking about K-A-R-I-S-M-A, but that there are many charismas in our life. I'm talking about C-H-A-R-I-S-M-A. You know, charisma is something which others see in you and others get attracted to you. And certainly the person of Captain Krishnan Nair has that charisma because of the hard work that he has been able to do. You know, nothing can replace hard work, I'm sure. There must have been many years along with his dear wife and the family, they have pondered over the directions that they need to take, what can happen. At the same, many hours were spent toiling. And that hard work was there, but they never gave up. You know, the motto of success is be prepared. That's what we were taught when we were Boy Scouts. You know, I was a troop leader, Boy Scouts. But Hudson Taylor says the success is because you need to be patient, and be patient. Patience only can bring in the rewards that you can collect in the many years that can happen. And it is the difficulty times that can draw you back. I was with Al Gore, Vice President of the United States, when he came to open one of our conferences in Madras, you know, in cardiac surgeons conference. You might wonder what is the Vice President who was the environmental promoter doing in heart surgeons meeting. But he said, every responsible citizen has got the need to keep this earth going for a generation to come, and we have that responsibility. And Captain Krishnan Nair had it in his heart many years before the international awareness has come up about environmental management. We thank you, sir, for that thing which you have been able to. And he mentioned, Dr. Nair, when we were talking about the amount of interest that he had in the environment, and that just shows that, you know, it need not be in your own area of sphere of working, but you can also have other concerns in your life. Dr. Radhakrishnan talked about how a nationalist he is. You know, a national interest is very important. I was in Delhi for 16 years. You know, I was doing heart surgery there, and then Dr. Diva Patil asked me to come as the VC here. I said, you know, every Republic Day parade, when I was in Delhi, I attended that. You attend that Republic Day parade, you know, 1 or 2 degrees of your national interest goes up, and that is important. That patriotism that we need to have. You know, regardless of the squabbles and the politics or whatever it is, our country is forefront, and our people who are our brothers and sisters, and we need to work for them and to continue to be together. Then only that can happen. Somebody said unity is the most important thing, you know. If we can be together, you know, we can achieve a lot of things. And that is exactly what Dr. Krishnan Nair had shown. And when the unity is shown, that unity can translate into community also. You know, stewardship is something which he has showed us. You know, a mention was made about a book that is being mentioned. Maybe Captain Krishnan Nair should be invited to the Harvard University or some of the Stanford universities to talk about management. I mean, you know, there would be many who would like to listen to him. That responsible use of your resources is stewardship. And he has not wasted any of the monies that has been collected. He put it into good use in the right way. And that is a lesson for all of us. Stewardship is giving to the society in terms of preaching, in the sense that you tell them what is the right way to do, teaching, healing, helping, giving, and caring. And some of these areas is something which we need to do. You know, the Bible talks about that man who was waylaid in the thieves. Robbed a man and put him in the wayside, and he went away. Whereas one priest and Levite walked by, they were busy, they could not do anything. But one good Samaritan came and stopped by, took that man, put oil on his wounds, took him to the inn, and paid the money for that, and told the innkeeper that when I come back, I'll pay you more. What that thieves was saying was, what you have is mine and I will take it. And what the priest and Levi said, what I have is mine, I will keep it. But the Good Samaritan said, what I have is yours also, and we can share it. And it is this that is required for nation building. The attitude to show our resources, our talents, which can be shared. The empire that has been built as hotels by Krishnan Nair, Vivek, Dinesh, and all the others together, and all our friends here, is for millions to enjoy, millions to come to an area of excellence, millions to show forth that they can have an attitude of excellence in this country as well. I can go on and on, but there are many speakers to speak, and I thank Prince and many others and the officials of the Kashmir and Kerala Foundation asking me to be here. From the academia field, from the university field, we are grateful that such a person has been honored, and that he has accepted this honor, and it's a great thing for the university. And we are hoping, sir, that you would consider our request to have a second doctorate given by the D.Y. Patil University in the next year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. James, for that charismatic words of yours, and giving the pleasure to Dr. Krishnan Nair to accept from your university also. Thank you very much. Now, may I ask Father Jai Singh, you an ambassador, to say a few words about Captain Nair, Dr. Captain Nair. We got to familiarize ourselves with these words now.